If you are here today because you want to learn a frictionless daily sales system that builds you a pool of high ticket buyers ready and primed to upsell, you're in the right place. So comment yes. Comment yes in the chat if you are ready to learn a 3-part system to make daily sales in your business. Today, you are going to learn and you are going to walk away with the 3-part sales system that is helping our customers to create hundreds of sales without a big team, without expensive infrastructure, and without huge ad spend. We are bringing it back to the simple, most basic fundamentals of how you can get your business winning in an efficient and profitable way. So give me a yes. I want to see a big yes in the chat if you want to learn a 3-part daily sales system that's going to allow you to make frictionless sales, attract your ideal customers, and have them primed and ready to upsell. That's how we know we're all in the right place. If you don't know me, my name is Kelly Roach. I have been helping people build 6, 7, and 8-figure businesses online since 2012. And my journey in teaching people how to create tens of millions of dollars in sales started when I was 21 years old. My background is in the Fortune 500 world, where I was promoted 7 times in 8 years. And my entire career was built on teaching people sales. I did sales myself. I taught hundreds of other people how to become award-winning sales leaders and build award-winning teams based on the principles that we're going to talk about here today. But before we dive in, let's really talk about, why is this urgent right now? Why does this masterclass matter for you? And why is it important to stick around until the end? Well, number one, we're in a contracting economy. Number two, we're in a trust recession. And number three, people have less disposable income. So what does this mean? It means that the sales cycle has slowed down. There is more competition and you need a better system, right? So when we see that the market goes through a big shift or a big change, as it just has, it's important to adapt. Innovation and adaptation are the 2 core things that keep businesses growing through all cycles of the economy and all cycles of markets. And they're nothing new, but they're important skills for every CEO to learn. And so for me, the most important season of my career, where I learned to be a great sales leader, was actually during the crash of '08 and '09. Because when we lost more than 50% of our business, which at that point was tens of millions of dollars for me, in a 3-week period, I had to learn how to adapt and innovate and lead my team through restructuring our sales process, our offers, and our order of activity, and the way that we were approaching the market in order to recreate the hyper growth that we had seen for years prior to that. And what's really interesting is we're kind of having one of those moments again right now, right? Everyone around the globe is feeling the shift that's going on. And the people that are adapting and innovating are absolutely capitalizing on this moment of opportunity. And that's the first mindset shift that I want to give you all today. Wealth is always created and wealth is always transferred in these moments of opportunity, in these moments where a lot of people pull back, they slow down, maybe they get fearful, maybe they get overwhelmed, and that prevents them from taking action. But then there's always a few smart cookies that are the people that lean in and they say, whoa, wait a minute, this is actually creating a massive opportunity right now. How can I be a leader in this moment and really be the person that steps up and really steps into position to innovate and drive the progression of your market and your space? And that's what I'm inviting all of you to do today. So I want you all to claim it, and I want you all to know that there is massive opportunity that awaits you right now, but it will require adaptation and innovation, and it will require a better system. And that's why we called today's masterclass the 3-part system for daily sales, because I want to walk you through what we've already been teaching our customers to do for months now that is helping them to generate hundreds of sales. That's double zeros on the end, hundreds of sales using this system. Now, who am I and how can I help you? I'm Kelly Roach. I've helped hundreds of people build 6 through 8-figure companies. My dream is helping people like you make yours come true. Everything that we do is about helping people build their empire while putting their faith and their family at the forefront of what they do. And what I love more than anything is seeing people like all of you step into a leadership position in your market and really double down on the basic fundamentals fundamentals that can help you to achieve rapid and hyper growth in a profitable and efficient way. Okay. So for me, my background is in sales. I started off in the online world teaching sales, moved into the creation of the live launch method. We taught the live launch method to over 100,000 people. It's now common terminology and use. That is our trademarked methodology that we brought to the online space 7 years ago. And now we have really developed a new set of systems and a new set of mechanisms and methodologies that we're teaching to kind of merge with the live launch and marry in with the live launch to match the market of today. And that's what we're here to talk about. Okay. So we're going to talk about, the 3-part system. But before we do that, I want to give you a little bit of context because I think it is really, really important in order for you to take advantage of the opportunity that we have, you have to understand it, right? So you have to understand what the rules of the game are in order to play the game and win. Everybody with me? And so my job today is more than anything to help you to understand what are the rules of the game in the market of today and how are you going to win? Because the moment that you have clarity and you understand that, you're going to be set up for success and you are going to have, you are going to have a huge, massive advantage over everyone else in the market. I want you to comment advantage in the chat. Comment advantage in the chat if you're excited to step into a leadership position to adapt, to innovate, and to grow your business in a time where people are looking for who are the people that are going to step up in your industry? Who are the people that are going to step up in your market? Okay, so let me explain the rules of the game, because if you understand this, you can win. I've been telling people this for years and years and years. I've always said, if you understand the rules of the game, then you know how to play and you can play to win, right? It's that simple. So here's the deal. From about 2010 and prior to 2010, we were in a very relationship driven market. Before the explosion of online marketing, the explosion of live streaming, the explosion of digital marketing, the way that businesses grew were through what's called database management. And we could interchangeably say database management or relationship management, right? So for me, coming up in the corporate world, I worked for a Fortune 500. I was responsible for tens of millions of dollars. I personally produced tens of millions of dollars in sales. And I taught people and helped people to create hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales. Okay. So here's the deal, right? Those billion-dollar companies were built by having databases. And those databases were highly curated lists of people that they wanted to work with, that they then sought out to build relationships with, and then ultimately got meetings and conversations and moved into a business relationship with. This is how business was done prior to the explosion of digital marketing. From 2010 to 2022, we were in a marketing driven environment. What does that mean? It means that actually there was a massive change. There's a massive change in consumer behavior. And what happened was it was actually faster and more efficient to drive sales via marketing than it was relationship building. What do I mean by that? Well, think about it. If you were in business anywhere from 2000 to 2010 to 2021, you know that if you ran ads to a webinar or ran ads to a live launch or ran ads to book a call advertisement, that you could actually close more sales more quickly by pumping dollars and energy and time into your marketing and your advertising. That was actually faster than it would be to build relationships one by one. Okay. And so the market saw this huge swing where actually there was a blurred line between sales and marketing, and most businesses were actually getting their sales because of their marketing, because of the way that consumer mentality was. Why was that? There was a lot of money being pumped into the market. There was a lot of free credit. There was just a lot of loose cash floating around. People were spending money in the online space for the first time in a lot of new categories. It was fun. It was exciting. Things were novel. They were new. Okay. And it was kind of like the era of excess. All right. And then in 2022, we slowly started to see the evolution where the market was beginning to settle, right? There wasn't so much free cash. There wasn't so much free credit. Things were beginning to shift a little bit. It was very nuanced. A lot of people didn't even recognize the change was happening. We did, because I was running a large organization with a huge team. So we were kind of out there in a bigger way than a lot of other businesses were. So we felt it first. And in 2022, I realized that the market was turning very dramatically and that we were headed in a completely new direction again. And those who have been following me, that's when I started teaching about building an internal buyers list. Is there anyone here that's been following me like for years? Is there anyone here that's like someone that listens to the podcast that's been here for years? Okay. So in 2022, that's when I was like, I was kind of waving the flag and I was saying, hey guys, I think we're seeing a direction change here. I think we got to change our plans. I don't think the marketing is going to be able to drive the sales anymore the way that it was. I think we have to start building these internal buyers lists, because I don't think people are going to drop 30 grand, 40 grand, 50 grand from a Facebook ad anymore the way that they were. I don't think you can run cold traffic into a launch or a webinar the way that you were and still see them buy the same way. And the smaller the business that you have, the less that you even knew that this was going on. I was running an 8-figure company. So of course I saw this dramatic shift that a lot of people hadn't even felt yet. Okay. So now we arrive and it is 2025. Now we saw in 2024 that we had the highest business closure rate in 10 years. That's when most people actually started feeling what I'm describing that had already been going on for 2 years. So this started in 2022. And this erosion had been going on for multiple years, where what had been working, which was that most people were relying on marketing to drive their sales, was no longer working. The market had shifted and it had moved from a marketing driven sales environment to a sales driven environment. And in a sales driven environment, you can still rely pretty heavily on marketing, but you need some human intervention. And if you don't have human intervention, you don't have human touch points, you don't have some type of interaction driving the sale, chances are, even if you spend all the money in the world, you're not going to see those conversions. And a lot of people felt that, and a lot of businesses went out of business. Now, fast forward to 2025, the pendulum has officially swung all the way to the other side. And this is not bad news, by the way. This is actually amazing news. Okay. And I can say this because I've been through all of the cycles and seasons of sales. So what's really, really interesting is that when it's a marketing driven environment, the big players absolutely clobber the little players because they can just pump money into the market in the tens of thousands of dollars. And it's very hard to compete, because you can't get the visibility, you can't get the high growth unless you have the money to pump into the market, right? But in a relationship driven environment, which is where the pendulum has swung all the way over the other side now, you only need an itty bitty, teeny weeny little following, small email list, small Facebook group, small list of, even a few hundred or 1,000 people in order to have an ability to build relationships and convert in high volumes quickly. And so the playing field has leveled. It is completely leveled. You guys should be this is the best news ever if you're a small business owner. The best news ever. Like literally, someone cannot buy their way to success in this market. And you should be like so thrilled beyond belief about that, because what that means is it is a completely level playing field. Anyone can emerge as a leader in this market. Anyone can emerge as a dominant player in their industry, and you don't need a big following to do it. This is amazing. And that's why I said at the beginning of the masterclass today, this 3-part sales system that I'm teaching, a lot of what I'm doing is I'm bringing back, I worked for $1 billion company. I worked for the #1 publicly traded company in the staffing and recruiting industry for over 10 years. I was managing branches from White Plains, New York, all the way down through the Carolinas. Sales systems is what I've been doing my entire life in different capacities. And what I'm here to tell you is this is like your moment. As a small business owner, this is your freaking moment. There is no barrier to entry. So here's what's so cool about this, and also a warning. So it's cool, and I'm going to give you a warning. I talked to 2 different people in the last week that poured tens of thousands of dollars into advertising and completely did not see a return from that in their launches and in their master classes. And, you know, this is something that I need everyone to really understand. Like, money can't fix this. And that's actually great news. Like, you could say, I could give you $100,000 right now. I could deposit $100,000 in your bank account, and you could just be like, okay, I'm going to spend $100,000 on ads for my live launch. That doesn't mean anything. That doesn't mean anything because it's a relationship driven market now. So you don't need to spend $100,000 on your launch. You can literally follow the system that we're teaching you, and you can have 1/100th of the leads that you thought that you needed to create the growth and the success that you want. And you will see unbelievable efficiency and profit margins in your business that you never could have in a marketing driven environment. So the pendulum has swung to the other side. It is now all about database. It is all about relationships. It is all about kind of going old school with the simplicity of really how people used to buy, because there is so much skepticism about marketing now that people have been making it a point to say that they're only buying from people that they feel like they have a relationship with now, which again is a huge advantage for you. And, you know, for a lot of people, only 40 sales in your high ticket is the equivalent of another $1 million in your business. And the system that we teach you is about focusing on 1,000 leads that you would love to turn into customers. And so that means that you can have low ticket, mid ticket, high ticket events. Every possible thing that you could want to do in the business is contained in that list of 1,000 leads. And so you have an ability to compete in a way that has not been present since 2010, you guys. Like, I want you all to understand this. I've been telling my team, like, for us, our breakout moment was the creation of the live launch method. Okay. We put ourselves on the map with the live launch. We were nobody. No one knew us. No one knew my name. We had a very small business. We were a nothing in the online coaching space. And when I brought that method to market, we exploded and we became one of the top players in the market. I became one of the only female leaders to build an 8-figure company in the online space. We made a name for us. We shifted the jargon in the online world. But I literally told my team, and I feel this to my core, what we're teaching you today is even bigger than the live launch. It is the next evolution of doing business online. And the playing field has been leveled to such a degree that literally this is anyone's for the taking. This is anyone's for the taking because it doesn't require a massive following. It doesn't require a big team. It doesn't require a lot of infrastructure. It doesn't require a lot of advertising. And those are all the reasons why it was so hard for the little guys to compete before, right? Can I get an amen in the chat? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting out here? All the things that were the reasons that made it so hard for the little guys to compete, they're no longer the advantage anymore because people want to buy from people that they feel like they have relationships with. So we're at the point in the cycle where even throwing money at this is not going to solve the problem. And if you are willing to approach building relationships, I believe on a very deep level, and this is a different masterclass for a different day, that selling is spiritual. I believe that sales is about helping other people get what they want. This is why I'm obsessed with selling. This is why I love teaching sales, because sales is the highest form of service. Why? Because you are championing another person to get what they want out of business or life. Literally, that is what you're doing. You are activating another human being to give them the tools, the training, the resources, the things that are going to support them to achieve their highest potential. There's no higher form of service than championing someone to reach their goals. Can I get an amen in the chat? Let me know if you agree. Yes, I want you to write sales is service. Sales is service. There is no higher form of service than helping people to live out their God-given potential, be the best version of themselves, and to achieve their goals and dreams. Okay, so what does all of this mean? This means you need a sales system. You didn't need a sales system from 2010 until 2022. Most small businesses, this is why we had the highest record of businesses go out of business in 2024 in 10 years. The reason why is because for 10 years plus, you didn't need a sales system in order to make sales. So when 2023 and 2024 happened, these businesses were not equipped to make sales because the marketing that they had been doing to make their sales were no longer making sales anymore. Is everyone understanding a little bit more of what's happening now and why? Do you get it? Are you getting it? Okay. So what do you need? What do you need? You need to have organization. You need to have a strategy with the right activity on a daily basis, and you need to have the right conversion mechanism. And that's what we're here to talk about today. So, of course, I brought my partner in crime, my second musketeer, Danielle. Danielle's here with me. You guys know Danielle. She's a genius behind the marketing and the brand building of all our companies. She's the president of Kelly Roach International. You see me, you see Danielle, and she's going to help us break down this 3-part system for you guys today to really help you understand how to take everything that I'm talking about and put it into action. And I just want to say, like, I have not been this excited. When I came, I just want to share one more thing really quick before I turn it over to Danielle. When I came into the online space, I was so excited to teach sales because I knew how much it would change people's lives. And at that time, people were like, yeah, nah. No one wanted to learn sales. Everyone wanted to learn marketing. So I learned the hard way really fast that people did not understand the essential nature of sales and weren't ready for that message. And it wasn't until we got to this moment today where people are like, oh shit, marketing and sales are 2 different things and I need both, right? And so I am so excited because I get to go back to my roots of what I've been hoping and waiting and praying to have the moment to get to talk about for 12 years now, which is building sales systems, because it is so much more efficient. There's so many business owners that are killing themselves to get new leads every single day, and it's doing nothing. Nothing's converting because there's no system behind it. So comment sales system in the chat right now if you're here and you're ready and you know that you need a sales system in your business. You know that this is more than just marketing. There has to be a process backing it up. Okay, Danielle, let's turn it over. Let's dive into the 3-part system that we want to walk them through today for how we're going to help them make this happen.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody, I'm Danielle. Nice to be here with you on a Friday afternoon. And I am equally as excited, even though I would have never said anything about sales in my life. I have come to love it because it is it's the bloodline of your business. It's how everything else runs. And I want to just, before I hop in, I promise I'm going to walk through these things. One thing I want to highlight for everyone here today is that when Kelly talks about this opportunity, I see like a kind of like hidden opportunity in general, because the flip side of this coin is that most people online are going to continue chasing a marketing driven.
Oh yeah.
They're going to continue throwing money at it. They are going to continue down the same path and just do more. So the opportunity is in the people who are willing to do the work to master this process. And then it's going to fuel everything. The beauty of what we're talking about here is it's going to work for businesses that are launching and for businesses that don't launch. And we have used this within our portfolio of companies for both types of businesses. This is what grew our marketing agency completely from scratch, from zero, without Kelly's brand, without a single launch ever. And it's also what fuels our companies that do launch from launch to launch so that the conversion rates are higher. So on both ends of the spectrum, if you commit to learn these things, if you commit to, well, not just learn, let me be clear, learning them is not enough. Doing them, if you
got to
commit
take action.
Learning and actually doing these things, the opportunity is massive because most people won't. Listen to me. 98% of people will be like, that's great, Danielle. And then they'll peace out and go spend more on ads and post more on social.
Yes.
And so the 2% of you, and this is a rare group of people, these are the people who believe so deeply in what they do. They believe so passionately that they have an answer, that they are willing to go through the discomfort of learning something new, of trying something new, and of mastering it so that they can be that top 1%. That is not everybody. There's a reason it's called the 1%, 2%, because it's not everybody. It's not most people. So while your friends and peers are chasing the other things, I am going to challenge you. I'm going to challenge you right now to commit to learn and master, not just learn, but master and execute. Okay. Now, we're going to walk through these things. You're going to be like, Danielle, this is not that impressive. And can I be honest with you? It's not. It's some pretty basic stuff, but the power of it lies in the nuance. Okay. So there's nothing completely revolutionary or brand new or like, oh my gosh, I've never heard this before. Like Kelly said,
except for the fact that billion-dollar companies were built based on these things.
well,
But,
so
but
that's
people in the
what, yeah.
online space think that they need very high level things to have success. So they'll go spend 50,000. I just heard from another person that's like, oh, I hired these people. I spent $20,000 for them to build this funnel for me. And I never even got the funnel. And I'm like, yeah, like everyone wants to do the advanced and everyone wants to skip the basic fundamentals. That's how billion-dollar companies were built. Like,
and that's the beauty of this here is there's nothing new under the sun. This is what companies have been doing forever, but it is rare in the online space. No one is going to tell you these things. No one's going to, and let me tell you why, as a marketer, it's not the most sexy. It's not the most
that's
exciting.
why.
But what a 20-step funnel that you can just run passively and collect money while you're sipping margaritas sounds a lot sexier. Let me tell you, marketing wise, that's a whole lot easier to sell than how to manage a pipeline to actually make sales every day. That is not as sexy. So I can assure you that that stuff's not going to stop. But if you choose to say, you know what, I'm going to go this other direction because I believe in building relationships, I believe in selling relationally and in a way that is helpful and serves. And I know that what I learn here can be transferred, not just if you're the solo person, you're selling yourself, you can do this. The beauty of this is it is a system you give to a team. You hire
Yeah.
your first sales rep, they learn these things, they execute every day, and now you've got double the sales. You hire 2 sales reps, and now you've got triple the sales. So this is a repeatable system. It's not platform dependent. You don't have to be on LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram. You don't have to do it. You can choose. It is completely platform agnostic. You don't have to spend money on ads. You can. It will speed up the conversion rate from your ads, but you don't have to. You could do this completely organically. So you could literally today, start executing on these things with a spreadsheet and your current social media accounts. Okay. That's how simple this is. So when I go through these things, you're gonna be like, well, that's not that impressive. Here's the deal. You know what? It's not impressive because it sounds like it's so simple, but it's incredibly impressive because nobody does it. Nobody does it. We
Well,
work
the
with
results speak for themselves. And I mean, the bottom line is
a
like,
bunch of those.
we
We'll show
see
it.
people, we just had someone post that they started our system and within 3 weeks produced an extra $15,000. We have people within week 1 that produce 11,000, 15,000, 25,000. I mean, some of you guys are here right now that have done that. So yeah, it's simple, but the fundamentals are what the people in the 1% have mastery of. The 99% are always chasing the mirage of the tactics, the quick, easy, the silver bullet, that none of those exist. The people in the 1%, which we are in the 1%, less than 1% of businesses grow to the level that we have grown to and that we've helped our customers. So it's not just our success, but it's the success that our customers are having. We and they are in the 1%. And if you would like to be there, you have to diverge. You have to leave the pack, because the pack is the 99%. If you want to be in the 1%, you have to do things differently, the way that the 1% do them. And so that's where you have to decide, are you going to follow the herd, or are you going to break away and do the simple fundamentals that are going to give you efficiency and profitability, so you're not just dumping all your money into your business without seeing a return, right? Okay, go ahead, Danielle.
Okay. And then I will answer Kate said, not impressive, not the best narrative. Let me be very, very clear. The results are ridiculously impressive, like ridiculous. And we have slides and slides and slides. They will blow your mind. So results are what should be impressive, not the fanciness of the technology,
Yes.
strategy, and all the things. So let me be clear. It's highly impressive. But what I want everybody to understand is there's no magic thing out there that's like some quick fancy thing that's going to just turn it all on. It's going to be, again, implementing the basics. And everyone who's ever been an athlete knows you can learn all the big tricks, but if you don't master the basics, you'll never be an elite athlete. You will never be elite. And Kobe Bryant talks about this all the time. How many times he just went and did the same things over and over for hours and hours and hours. Okay. So we're going to dive in. I'm going to flip it around a little bit. I'm going to start with a trust building offer. And the reason I'm starting with this is because if you don't have the right offer, the rest of the stuff is really going to be challenging. The offer is the most critical piece of the puzzle because you can market and sell your face off, but if the offer is not dialed in to completely meet the needs of the market in that time, which is the most important part, then it doesn't matter. The rest isn't going to matter. So when we talk about a trust building offer, this is completely different than everything else you've heard. Please hear me. Please listen. And I just had a 45-minute conversation with a client of ours who is running a multi-million-dollar business, who has kind of tinkered with some of these other trust building offer things. She came back and she was like, Danielle, this is unlike anything else anyone ever teaches. The nuance of this is insane. And the value of understanding it is crazy. And her results, I'm going to show you in a little bit, are off the charts. Highly impressive. So when we talk about a trust building offer, this is not a traditional value ladder. This is not a funnel. This is not a $7 PDF that like then somebody buys a $17 thing, and then they buy a $20 thing, and then they up level to your $30,000 program. This is not what we're talking about. This is where you look at the most critical, like on fire, burning need, the thing that your people need the most right now. And you craft an offer that is at such a no-brainer price that they just pick it up. Like, think about being in the grocery store, just picking up that gum, picking up that Snickers bar. It's just one of those really quick things that they don't even have to think about because the value is so insane for what they are paying that it is an absolute no-brainer. They are burning no calories in consideration of whether or not to buy this offer. The difference here is most people are going to teach you that value ladder. What we teach is a circular approach. We want a place where somebody brand new to your ecosystem who has never met you can come in and get a real result within 30 days, like a legitimate transformational result within 30 days at a price point that is such a no-brainer that they don't even think about it. So they come in, they get a result. Then they continue working with you and upsell into whatever other offers you have. And so for us, we have some mid-ticket, we have very high ticket, and your suite might look different, but they upsell into other offers that are relevant and that you know are relevant because you have actual team members interacting, or you are interacting. These are not things that we automate. They are not things that AI runs. They are not something that you just send somebody and there's no interaction from your team. These are people that you are building trust with. So inside the offer, there is actual connection and you are actually building the relationship. So they come in, that relationship is built even further. And then you know exactly what to upsell them into because of the relationships that are being built. They come up into your offer, and guess what? When they are done, when they finish their year of mastermind, or they finish their year of coaching, or whatever they come to you for, they can go back into that offer to stay in your ecosystem. This is where they continue to be nurtured because, again, it's such a no-brainer price, and they are able to connect with the brand in a way that makes absolute sense. So this is entirely different than everything you've learned. Most people out there are going to tell you, stop selling high ticket. I just saw an ad for this morning. Stop selling high ticket. Nobody's buying high ticket. That's not true. That is not true. People are buying our high ticket every single week. They are buying high ticket, but they are being considerably more skeptical in the buying process. And so this trust builder is a way to bring people in. You're not creating an offer that is for people who can't afford your high ticket, which is what most people do. They're going to say, hey, you have your high ticket offer. You got all these people who can't afford it. Just make something for them. Let it be passive. What will happen with that is you will actually do more damage to your brand than if you had nothing for them, because you're actually going to have to sell to this other avatar that isn't ideal instead of selling to your high ticket avatar and having something where they can just go up into that program. Number two, you're going to resent it because there's a reason you didn't want to work with those types of people. There's a reason you chose your offers. And so what will happen is you will resent having to continue to deliver this offer because it's going to feel really overwhelming and really burdensome. So that's the first thing that people are going to tell you that is an absolute no-no. The second thing that people are going to tell you that is an absolute no-no is that it should be really hands-off. This should be automated. This should be a PDF that's delivered. It should be some membership where nobody is in there interacting and they're going through some AI things. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Our trust building offer, the virtual business school, we have full-time employees who are actively in touch with customers every single day. We deliver all of our classes live. We are in it with them. We are getting to know them, building relationships with them because it is a part of the process. And some people will never leave that container. They will stay in there. They will stay in there forever. They will be happy. The results are insane. That's all I'll ever do. But the right people will upsell into our higher ticket programs, and we will be able to make specific recommendations because we have real people in there. There is nothing automated. There is nothing that is AI driven. It is real people in there helping other customers so that they can actually get the results that they came for. Okay. So those are the two no-nos that when you do that, you are literally doing the opposite of what you want a trust builder to do. You want your trust builder to connect the person to your brand in a way where they have such a significant amount of trust that they will take the next step that you recommend because they trust you and they know, hey, when Danielle recommends something for me, it's usually the right thing. So I'm going to do it. Okay. That's the level of trust you want your trust builder to offer. If you're not involved in it, if it's a PDF, if it's automated or AI driven, guess what? None of that's happening. If you're doing it for a totally different audience that is not your actual ideal client, then they're never going to upsell because they're never going to be able to upsell. So it is entirely different. There are so many nuances, y'all. There are so many nuances to this. But what I can tell you is number one, I think we have 11 different ways to build a trust building offer. So it doesn't have to be membership. It doesn't have to be something specific like that or big like that. If you have a smaller audience, you can do this 11 different ways. It doesn't need to be something brand new. This can be everyone that we have walked through their trust building offer. It is something that's literally just like sitting there in their business. It's like just there. They can pull it out and say, oh, wait, if I put this together and this together and I add this live component, like we're good. And we are seeing people create these offers in literally like a day and start launching them. So this doesn't have to be some big complicated process where you're recording 3,000 modules before you launch anything. We have people come into our virtual business school, go through our trust building offer training, implement that, go through the workbook and literally launch like that week, literally that week, and make sales that week. So this is not overly complicated, but there are nuances to how you do this. So trust building offer is number one. That's the core. When you have the right offer, it is like game on. You can literally, it's going to blow your mind, the speed of results you're able to get. Okay. Now, some of you, if you're brand new in business, this might feel like a lot. That's okay. If you're inside the virtual business school, we're going to help you through that. If you're experienced, like our people who are doing multiple 6 and 7 figures in business, they come in and they crush it. I'm going to show you some results in a few minutes. Like it's nuts. It's nuts. The results are really experienced business owners are getting, but it's really exciting the results that our newer business owners are getting too, because they're able to see these wins and it just continues to fuel them. So I love that whole thing. The one thing I will say, if you've sold high ticket for a long time, you are sitting on pent up demand that you will not believe. Because when you have like our years ago, our only offer that you could work with us with was $30,000. So we had hundreds of thousands of people in our ecosystem that could never pay for that. When we launched our trust builder, it was like immediate. It was like a couple posts. I think we did like 3 posts. So it's insane the value, because there's people who are waiting for your offer. Like, they want to work with you, they love you, and they just haven't been able to. And when you launch that, they're like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I can't believe this. This is so nuts that I can get access to this at this price, that you are sitting on like mountains of sales. It's epic. So anyway, if you sold high ticket for a long time, you're thinking like, oh, I don't know, it is going to be a massive game changer. And then when you master that upsell process, it's golden. It's like this beautiful circle of just bringing the right people in and upselling them, and then having them come back into your trust builder. It's amazing. Okay, so that's number one, trust building offer. Offer is everything. You cannot outsell or outmarket a bad offer. I say this all the time when I teach marketing. Sometimes the problem isn't your marketing or messaging. Sometimes it's your offer, and that can't be fixed. So, all right, number one, trust building offer. Number two is the Dream 1000. And this is sort of our variation on the Dream 100. That is not new. However, we have a very specific strategy for how we implement this in our sales system. So the Dream 1000 is basically a relationship management system. Hear me, please hear me, please hear me. It's not just a CRM. It's not just a list of names. This is a relationship management system. You are going to have a list of 1,000 people that you are intentionally cultivating relationships online. You are going to add new people to that every single week. You are going to move people down the process of building relationships. Some people are going to be new to you. They're not going to know anything about you. You're going to be nurturing that. Some people might have had 3 sales calls and you're just waiting on them. So what you are going to do is build this list of 1,000 people, and you will be able to know exactly where people are in the relationship building process. So you know exactly who to make offers to. You know exactly when to make the offers to those people. And you know when your pipeline is kind of running dry. You'll be able to see like, okay, you know what? I don't actually have that many people in this middle section that I'm just nurturing and having conversations with. I need to get some more people in conversation so that in a couple months, I am still having people buy. But the people today that are sitting in my offer bucket, they are going to get an offer because I know exactly what they need. I'm in conversation with them. I'm not going to make a random offer that doesn't make sense to them. I'm going to make an offer that's completely relevant to them because we had the conversation and I know them. And you will be able to look at your list of 1,000 names and know exactly what to do every single day, because we teach you the exact system that you need to organize those names, build those relationships. We give you everything. We give you DM templates. We give you our system. We do co-working sessions with you where you get more templates. Like, we are going to give you everything you need to not just build that pipeline, but move people down the pipeline. We tell you how to ask for calls. We tell you how to make offers, like the whole thing. We're going to show you how to do that inside the virtual business school. But basically, the entire goal is that you have 1,000 names of real people that you are intentionally building relationships with for the purpose of making sales. This will include past clients. This will include upsells. This will include a bunch of different things, but it will be clear, it will be organized, and you will not feel like every day, and I know y'all do this, you're not going to feel like every day you're going to just pop on and be like, okay, who am I going to talk to today online? That is the most paralyzing thing on the planet, right? How many of you have made a post and you think everyone's going to want it and you're like so excited and you put your post up and nothing, crickets. We've all had that. Every time. How many of you have sent an email that you were like, this is a killer email? Y'all, I'm a copywriter. I've done this. I've sent emails that are like, perfect. They are like chef's kiss perfect. They are so good. And you know what I get? Crickets, crickets. And you know why? Because people aren't even paying attention. They're not opening it or only like scanning it. Guess what? They're not reading it. You know how many people see that social media post you're so proud of? Like 0.5%. So like, you have probably been there where you've done your marketing stuff. You've done the good girl marketing things, right? All the things the guru told you. You posted 3 times a day. You sent the emails to the list. You went live. You did all the things and you aren't getting the result. And it's because, number one, you think people know what your offer is and they probably have no clue, which is part of it's the next part of the system. Number two, there's such a massive need for repetition right now that your one little perfect post or your one little amazing email ain't gonna cut it. And number three, there is such a lack of trust in our market that even if somebody actually wants that thing, even if they're actually like in the market to buy it, their immediate go-to feeling will be skepticism. And you know this because it has been yours. You have seen something that you are actively looking for, and your immediate response is like, I don't know, is that real? Or I don't know, maybe later. And it's just this collective mindset of people who are really struggling to trust. And you know what? Because a lot of people sold a lot of crap for a lot of years and people bought it and they were burned and they're like, I'm done so with this nonsense because I don't want to be burned again, even if it's only $27, because it doesn't feel good to make an investment in something that doesn't pan out. And so when you look at the traditional, just post more, just go viral, just send more emails, it's actually helping people tune you out instead of getting the attention that they need. And when you start building relationships, when you know people's names, when you know the specific goals they're working on, when you know the actual pain points they have, and you make recommendations based on that, and you provide value to them in a specific way, not a general way on social media, but like a specific way, like, oh, Kelly, I know you said that you're really struggling with team retention. And so I'm going to send you this podcast that Kelly just did on how to retain top performers. And that's a whole lot better than us sending Kelly a podcast on how to increase cash flow, because it's not her problem. Her problem isn't that. Her problem is this. So she's going to say, okay, well, I want to do this instead. And now I'm able to make very specific recommendations based on current needs. So then when I say, you know what, Kelly, we're doing this event called Call to Lead, and it's all about leadership. I think it'd be perfect for you. Now it makes sense. Now it's relevant. Now it's something that she actually wants to come to because it is a connection to the actual need she has. Okay. So number 2 is a Dream 1000. And what I want you to understand about a Dream 1000 is it is a relationship management system. This is what will take everybody out who is not willing to do this. Because if you just keep doing the mass marketing way of operating, the marketing thing, you are going to get a small percentage of sales. There will always be a small percentage of people who buy from that. But when you actually build a pipeline, when you nurture people, when you actually provide value in a strategic, targeted way, and you make specific offers, your sales rate is going to increase inside and outside of launch. Inside and outside of launch. This will affect your everyday sales, and this will completely change your launch sales. Because what we are seeing is that people who have a relationship from launch to launch are converting significantly higher. Somebody might not convert to like your 3rd or 4th launch. But if you maintain that relationship, it's going to be a smooth process. You'll know, okay, you know what? Kelly's not ready till September. But in that September launch, I'm coming back and we're going to have a conversation. I'm going to get her on a call. So this is an entirely different way of thinking. A lot of people don't want to do this, but I'm telling you, it is the actual unlock. This is the 1% right here. This right here is the 1%. The third part of the sales system is what we call the miracle hour. And this is like the magic. But what I love about it is it takes every ounce of guesswork out of the process. You do not have to make junk up. You do not have to sit there in front of a blank screen. You do not have to wonder, what am I going to say or who am I going to talk to? What we are going to give you, and this is all inside the virtual business school, what we are going to give you is a full funnel system in about 1 hour a day. And if I'm being honest, when you're learning it, it's going to take more than an hour a day. It's going to probably take 2 hours a day. But when you get really good at it, it will be a lot faster. It's going to give you a full funnel strategy where you are basically finding and connecting with new leads. Again, you do not need to spend $1 on ads. You can, and you can use this strategy if you're running ads, but you do not have to. It's going to help you connect with new leads. It is going to help you have those conversations, the ones that I was talking about in that relationship building system. It is going to help you get people in the right spot on your pipeline. It's going to help you move those relationships down the pipeline. We're literally giving you a system to move relationships down the pipeline so you can start making offers. It's going to give you a system to make offers every single day. And it takes your sales from just like 1D of like, I got to get new clients. I got to get new clients. Y'all, if I had $1 for every time somebody said, I need more leads, that was sitting on a pile of tens of thousands of leads,
and continuing to get more leads is not going to do anything for you. That's the thing. People are running head on into a brick wall right now because they keep trying to sell through marketing And we're not in a marketing driven environment anymore. Think about the brand. I have one of the top 1% podcasts in the world, you guys. I I put out what 20 pieces of content a day across platforms. We have a very strong brand, right? I think our email lists are over 100,000 people at this point. Okay. We can't, we with our brand cannot in this market rely exclusively on marketing anymore. It does not work. So for anyone that's listening here, whether you have 100,000 people on your list, you have 2,000, 5,000, you know, what's happening is a lot of people, it's exactly to Danielle's point, they're not changing their behavior. They're continuing to do more of something that is never more of mass marketing is not going to change the fact that people are now buying based on relationships. So you can keep running into a wall and running into a wall and running into a wall and spending more and more money on the next course, the AI tools, the next funnel, the next passive income stream, the next big promise, the next silver bullet, by the way, by people that have never built anything before. So check your source. Or you could build relationships with people, and every one of those relationships is invaluable. You guys saw myself, Danielle, Kate, Nicole, a whole bunch of our team just flew up this week, and we spent the week in New York for Selena Sue's book launch. And we've been talking a lot about rich relationships. There's a reason why that's the first time we've ever supported any person's book launch in that way ever in the history of our business. Why? Because it goes hand in hand with the only thing that will get you through this season and era of business, which is building relationships. And the Dream 1000 is who? The miracle hour is, simply put, what? It's what you're going to do each time, right? And then the trust building offer is the way that you're going to get the easy yes, so that then you can concierge them frictionless, simply and easily with high trust into your mid and your high ticket offers. So what changes so much is that where we used to go to market front end with a high ticket offer, that's really not smart in this market. It's not the most strategic thing to do. And you don't need a full live launch necessarily to launch a trust building offer, which is why you see us doing a lot of individual master classes. So there's also some movement of the pieces in the ecosystem, right? And so I would just caution you that the silver bullets are a mirage. If you've been in business for any amount of years, you should be smart enough to know this at this point, because you've probably invested in some silver bullets in your career and you know that's not going to be the solution. The basic fundamentals of building relationships, creating and maintaining top of mind awareness, adding value for people, and then activating them with a trust building offer with a tight upsell process on the back end. The genius is in the simplicity. The genius is in the efficiency. So if you're sitting here today and you would love a simple solution that will allow you to run a simple business, low overhead, not a lot of ad spend, doesn't require a big team, no infrastructure, and you want to learn how to do this, the virtual business school is for you. So the virtual business school was my response to what I saw in the online world, which was that 85% of businesses still fail. We have a multi-billion-dollar industry. That statistic has not changed. So despite the fact that we have a multi-billion-dollar industry that's supposed to be helping small business owners to scale and thrive, there's been no change in business success rates. Because why? It's gotten too complicated, too expensive, and too hard for business owners to grow their businesses. So the virtual business school is the solution to that. It is, how do you get a simple daily system to make sales in your business every single day? Not because we're giving you an easy button, not because we're giving you a silver bullet, not because we're teaching you a passive income stream to make money in your sleep, because that's all BS. And you guys know that. Anything good in life takes work. And the most successful people in the world are the hardest working ones, period. Anyone else who tells you something different is lying. Okay. But what we are going to give you is a very simple, repeatable system. We are going to give you the most cutting edge, fresh, innovative tools, strategies, and conversion techniques that are going to allow you to bring these three things together to scale a 7, 8 figure plus business by doing the basic fundamentals, because the mastery level is the advancement of the fundamentals. The people that are going to these 1% levels, they're the people that had the discipline to master the fundamentals, that the 99% is out here chasing the silver bullets and the mirage, and the 1% is over here just executing, executing, executing. And that's what we want to help you to do, is just lock in a couple core concepts and then keep elevating your ability to do those core concepts exceptionally well, so that you go from sales being random and sporadic and really far apart to being able to start making consistent daily sales, and then mastering the masterclass model with your trust building offer, the live launch on the back end for your upsells, and the whole thing comes together. So Danielle, let's talk to them about what's included in the virtual business school. And by the way, the virtual business school is a cancel anytime, no contract. Why? Because we're that confident. We want you to come in and test drive this and to know that this is the best solution on the market. There is no contract. You can cancel anytime. You just give us 30 days notice, boom, done. Why? Because we're that confident that it's the best solution on the market. It's peerless. We don't need a contract. There is no contract. And people renew month after month after month. And we have people renewing now for their first year, because we just crossed over our 1-year anniversary. Okay, Danielle, let's tell them what's included.
Yeah, so I'm going to start at that. That's kind of towards the bottom. The most important thing that I think you're going to get in the virtual business school, and this is whether you join us at the monthly rate of $59 or at the yearly rate of $639, you are going to get the full trainings on everything we just talked about. Building your trust building offer, which is 2 trainings and a massive workbook that walks you through exactly how to structure the perfect offer for your business and your client, because they are not all the same. So we're going to give you those trainings. You're going to get our complete miracle hour system, where we give you the 7 steps that you're going to take every single day and exactly how to execute on those every day. And you're going to get our Dream 1000 training, and you get several support trainings. So we've got trainings on how to start DM conversations, how to have DM conversations. So you get the core modules of the trust building offer, the miracle hour, and the Dream 1000, but then you're getting tons of support trainings on exactly how to nurture people when you're doing that part of your miracle hour, what the 5 buckets are in terms of types of sales. Remember I said you're going from 1D really into like a 5D approach, where you're not just acquiring new customers, you are actually renewing people, upselling people, reactivating past customers. So we give you a complete system. This is not some get a new lead, trick them into buying some $7 thing, and then sell them something bigger. This is a complete system to actually optimize every single lead that comes into your world. So I think that's the most important part of all of this. You get this even if you join at the $59 a month. You'll get all of those trainings. We have a ton of specific templates that you get with that as well. So this is email templates, DM templates, post templates, like that's all in there as we're teaching you these things. You get to learn about our founding members launch if you decide to do a membership for your trust building offer. So we give you our founding members launch strategy. So all of that is within the core systems that you're going to get. But on top of that, every single month, you're going to get a deep dive sales training from Kelly or another 7 to 9 figure entrepreneur. You're going to get a live marketing masterclass with me, because obviously marketing is a piece of the puzzle. We didn't say it went away totally. You still have to be marketing your business, obviously, but now you just need a simple sales system to actually make what's happening in the marketing turn into sales. So you get a live marketing masterclass with me every month. And then you get a live Q&A session with our team, where they're there to answer your questions about whatever you are working on. And so as you're going through building your Dream 1000, doing your miracle hour, things are going to come up, and you're going to have real people. We have full-time employees. We do not just get some automated bot in here to answer your questions. These are humans who are executing on these strategies every day. These are people who are doing this for our companies, so they know exactly how to answer what your questions are. You're also going to get our live implementation session, because none of this matters, y'all. None of this matters if you don't do it. You have to actually execute. Like, we can give you our plan to make your next 6 figures, and it's not going to matter if you don't do it every day. So what we have is a monthly implementation session, and you get a new template every single month. So again, our goal is that you have to do the daily work. Like, we can't do it for you. We can't come to your house and do this for you. However, Our goal is that you would remove every barrier to getting it done. So we give you the system for setting up the Dream 1000. We give you the Miracle Hour system so every day you can execute. And then we give you templates so you can send DMs and messages and emails, and you don't have to sit there and think about, what do I say next? We even have trainings in the membership where I walk you through literally, like, here's how to have a DM conversation. Like, here's how to turn it into a call or into a purchase. So the goal here is not to just bombard you with more learning and learning and learning. So, because what most people do is they just sit there and consume and consume and consume, and they don't do anything. We have designed this so that you're getting the content dripped out and it is actionable immediately. We are like zero fluff. We give you no pomp and circumstance. It is literally, here is the down and dirty on what to do today. Here is how you do it today. And this is why we have so many people come in and make money so quickly. Can y'all go to the next slide? Sorry. I don't know how to use slides and talk on a Zoom. So before I dive in, we have some insane bonuses. These are some of the best bonuses I think we've ever had. But before we dive into that, I want to walk through a couple of clients because I need you guys to understand the power. You said earlier, I said the system is it's not revolutionary. The results are nuts. The results are nuts. For somebody spending $59 a month or $639 a year, these results are nuts. So I want to introduce you to Maria. Maria ran a very, very successful salon, and now her business is coaching other salon owners. So she is not a newbie. She is a very experienced business owner. And I'm going to show you different ones. So if you're newer, hang on. But Maria launched her trust building offer and sold 141 sales like immediately. And then she did a partnership with someone, this third little screenshot here, I'm sorry, the second screenshot, where she did a live with someone who had an audience of 35K, and she ended up, y'all, with 2,000 people. 2,000 people. Look at the third screenshot, 2,000 people in her trust building offer. 2,000. She generated, that's one thing that she did. She also, using the Miracle Hour and all of the LinkedIn trainings that we give VBS members, she generated 150K in licensing deals from our exact systems. And then this fourth one over here, I just want to show you because it's kind of a summary. She went through her Q1 and basically had doubled the revenue from her whole year before using our systems. Please hear me when I say, if you are someone who is running a multiple 6 or 7 figure business, and you come into virtual business school and do the things we're teaching, just like Maria did, your results will be so quick, it will blow your mind, okay? If you're newer and you're building, it might not be this quick. You might not get 2,000 people in your trust building offer, but you'll start making little steps towards sales every single day and start bringing in those sales one at a time. It's going to feel amazing. But if you are someone who has an email list, you have a Facebook group, you have an audience of some sort, you are sitting on so much gold. It's insane. Okay, next one. All right, this is Julie. She also runs a 7-figure business. She actually was at a live event. She's a VBS member. We helped work through her trust building offer. She went out, no lives, nothing live. She did not launch it. She sent emails to her list. So this first message was just a couple hours after she had done that. She sent 100, she had 100 buyers so far. This was a little bit later. She ended up with 290. I think she ended up with over 300. I think she came back later and said she had 300. She also just did one of her biggest launches ever, almost $500,000, and literally said, like, never let me leave, y'all. Like, I'm staying here and I want to continue working with you guys forever because, again, Julie had sold largely mid-ticket. She didn't have super high ticket. I would say like mid to higher ticket. I want to say her offers were 5,000 to maybe 12,000. And so she's spent a lot of time building an audience, and she had all of this pent up demand where people wanted to work with her. They wanted to be in her world. And she actually said, they are thanking us for the ability to buy. Y'all, there are people in your audience who want to work with you and they aren't because they can't afford what you have. And if you had something available, they would do it immediately. So if you are someone, again, this might feel like, oh, this is really beginner. This is the stuff that is helping our like high 6 and low 7 figure business owners, like add 6 figures in like a week, like with some emails. It's insane. Okay, next one. Next slide. I'm going to tell you some more stories because there's others. So Sasha came in and she wrote, celebrating 3 weeks of Daily Miracle Hour. It led to 6 sales, 3 in my trust builder, 3 in my mid ticket, just shy of 14K. And y'all, these are in our Facebook group. This is in our free Facebook group. You could go into our Facebook group and type in wins and you'll see all of these. These people are posting publicly in our Facebook group. So she came in and within 3 weeks made 14K. Can we do some math here with me? Because this is going to be hard. So our offer is $639 for the full year, for a full year. In 3 weeks, she made 14K. So that is a lot of return. I don't think I can do that math. I might have to get my calculator out. Let's see. 14,000 divided by 639. That's 21x. She 21x'd her return on her investment in 3 weeks. Tell me where you get a return like that, y'all. Tell me where you get a return like that. Next one, Julie came in. She was in actually this LinkedIn training I did. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're not in this. You got to get in this. And so she joined. And in 2 weeks, she made a $4,000 sale. This is a little bit easier math. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. $4,000 divided by 639. She made a 6x return in 2 weeks, y'all. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Literally, when you start doing the work, it is so insane how quickly the results come. Next slide, please. Here's another one. Jennifer came in. I don't remember exactly. I want to say this was like 2 days after she joined. Jen, I don't know if you're here, but this was like super fast. She took a sales call that morning before the training and closed $3,000 from the one template that we gave her from our co-working session. She made a $3,000 sale from one template. Again, let's do some math. That is 5x her investment for the full year. And I want to say it was like 2 or 3 days. It was less than a week. I do remember less than a week. Okay. And again, please look at this. She was thanking me the whole time for offering this. Why? Because Jen had only offered higher ticket offers that this person probably wouldn't have been able to take advantage of right away. And this gave her an opportunity to get started. Like, this is nuts, y'all. I wanted to show another kind of side of things because I think this is just as important because 0 people talk about this. 0 people talk about this. Everybody talks about sales as just like new people coming in and making new sales. And obviously we have a bajillion of those results, right? But I wanted to pull this one out because we also teach you how to focus on renewals, upsells, and reactivating past clients. And so Jill shared that she worked through and applied our framework and had 100% renewal rate. Y'all, how awesome would your life be if you didn't have to get so many new clients because you were retaining all of the ones you already had? Like, that is a game changer that nobody wants to talk about. Again, it's not super sexy. It's not like saying I got 300 people into my trust builder or 2,000 people into my trust builder. I get that. I know, I'm a marketer. But you know what's really sexy? Profits and cash in your bank account and having that and reliability, like knowing you're going into a month with enough people committed to cover your expenses. That's sexy. That's really, really sexy. So when we say, and I'm sorry, when I say that this system isn't like this magical thing, what I mean is when you really understand, like you legit do the things we're teaching on a consistent basis, A to Z, you are building a complete system from marketing to nurturing to selling to reactivating and renewing. You're building a healthy business. You're building peace and cash flow and the ability to invest. Y'all, that is the sexiest thing you can talk about in business. Now, it's not what sells the most on an ad, but that is what gives you started your own business because you wanted to, number one, make an impact and you wanted to have some sort of freedom that you didn't feel like you could have in your past work. Well, you know what gives you that? Consistent revenue, consistent sales. If you're always worried about making more, there's no freedom in that. That's not very free. That's a lot of weight to carry. So what we are trying to give entrepreneurs is this fully stocked toolbox where you have literally every single thing you need to create that kind of business. Now, we can't build it for you. You got to do the work and show up every day. But there's plenty of proof here from people at all different stages of business. And y'all, so quickly, 22x. Tell me where you get a return like that. We have some awesome bonuses. So I'm going to go through those too. I think that's on the next slide. Here's the deal. We love to give away bonuses, and these are, I think, some of the best bonuses we've ever given away. I'm just going to be honest, because we were really starting to think like, okay, what is the thing that will change the game for everybody? So this first bonus, if you're a current VBS member, you get it. Congrats, you're awesome. But this first bonus is literally going to be 10 days live with me and our team, and we're going to walk you through building your Dream 1000 and executing on Miracle Hour, because we know that, hey, if we can give you the framework and you don't have to go do this on your own, if we can walk you through this, you are going to get such massive results so much faster. Because I think one of the things that keeps people from doing it is they're like, oh, that feels like hard. I don't know it. It's not something I've done before. So we're going to do it with you. We're giving you this system, 10 days live with us, okay? And then you'll have access to that. Everyone who joins after this live session will have access to that onboarding. So if you bring on a team member and you want them to go do this, you just bring them through that system and they'll be able to set up their Dream 1000 and do their Miracle Hour, okay? So you're getting this 10-day live with us that will literally change the game for you, because we're gonna be live to answer all your questions. The second thing you're going to get is our LinkedIn bundle. And I will tell you, I love LinkedIn. I do love LinkedIn. LinkedIn has made us tons of money. So I do love LinkedIn, but I know that there are two groups of people in the world marketing wise. There's the Instagram, Facebook people, and there's the people who want to get off of Instagram and Facebook as fast as humanly possible. So if that's you and you're like, I am exhausted by Instagram, I cannot stand the algorithm changes. I want people who have money, not just want to see me dance. Have no fear, LinkedIn is your solution. We have generated hundreds of thousands of dollars from LinkedIn. And so you're getting a bunch of different LinkedIn trainings, okay? So you're going to get our LinkedIn trainings that you're going to get. And there's a couple that are missing from here. So I'm actually gonna, you can pull the slide down. What we're actually going to get is a system. You're getting, I did a 4-week training on how to do your LinkedIn specific to sales. So this isn't just how to grow and become famous on LinkedIn. This is like how to align your LinkedIn for sales. It was 4 weeks. I did it live. People paid $500 for it. You're getting it for free if you join for the year in full. Okay. So it's A to Z, like every part of the process. You're also going to get the LinkedIn algorithm update that I just did. So I do these pretty regularly. So if you're a member yearly in VBS, you're going to get these, because as the algorithm changes, we need to update how we create content. We need to update what we're doing. So I just did one like a week and a half ago. So it's super new. You are going to get access to that training. You are also going to get access to our sales pipeline training, which is basically how to use Sales Navigator with our Dream 1000. We're teaching you how to marry those two things together, how to find the right people on LinkedIn. LinkedIn is the most powerful tool for finding the right people, and we're going to teach you how. You are getting all of those trainings in a bundle if you pay in full for the year, okay? So you're getting all of those trainings in a bundle if you're paying full for the year. But if you are a monthly member, have no fear. You are going to get, for $59, y'all, $59. My lunch just cost $37, just so everybody knows. For $59, you're getting all that. For our Facebook people who love Facebook, and we have made millions and millions of dollars on Facebook. So while I don't love Facebook, I also do love Facebook, because Facebook makes us lots of dollars. So for our people who want to learn Facebook, if you have a Facebook group, we have used our Facebook groups. They kind of, we launched in them for years, made millions and millions of dollars from them, and they kind of like disappeared for a while. They were really not getting traction. They were not great. And about a year ago, we started seeing them come back, and we have used them now to make more and more money for all of our offers. So we're going to teach you, number one, in this Facebook group bundle, you're going to get the training I did on how to grow your Facebook group. So how to get more people into your Facebook group. Then you're going to get the training on how to actually turn that Facebook group into a sales machine. So basically how to get people that are already in your group into sales conversations, into sales and nurture conversations so you can add them to your Dream 1000 list. You guys, if you have groups, are probably sitting on thousands of leads right now that would want to buy your offer. And then Kelly actually has a live training coming up on the 29th that she's going to be delivering on how to revive a dead Facebook group. So Many of us, and we had some, many of us had Facebook groups that we were killing it with a while ago. And then when everything kind of slowed down, we let it die a little bit. And Kelly's going to teach you how to bring life back. How are we going to get those people back? Because again, you probably did a lot of work for those leads. You did something to get those people in that group. Let's turn them into conversations. Let's get them on your Dream 1000 list and let's turn them into sales. So if you pay in full for the year, you get the 10-day boot camp with us. So that's 2 weeks with us live. You get the LinkedIn bundle of trainings, and you get the Facebook group bundle of trainings. All of that is a bonus. Those things alone are worth several thousands of dollars. That boot camp, you can't even buy it. And if we were charging for it, that would probably be $3,000 or $4,000. Okay. So that boot camp alone is going to be game changer for you. I don't know why I'm frozen, but I am. And then you're getting the LinkedIn bundle, which is worth another 1,000, the Facebook bundle, which is worth another 1,000 or more. And you're getting all that for free, plus our Trust Builder, our Miracle Hour, our Dream 1000, our monthly sales trainings, our monthly marketing masterclass, our monthly Q&A, our monthly implementation session, our monthly templates, and you get such a cool community. Our members are amazing. There's new wins every day, every day. There are people who are so willing to share what they're doing that's working. They're willing to do podcasts with one another. Like, these people are amazing. They are so supportive. They're going to cheer you on. It's an incredible community. You get the amazing support of our team. You've got Ignacio and Nicole, who are literally like the most wonderful, helpful people on the planet. They will get you the resources you need. They will help you work through whatever it is. Like, incredible, incredible team. So all of this for $59, and you can cancel next month if you don't like it. There's not a single person who is watching this that should not get this for the $59. And if you want to get those cool bonuses, grab your spot at $639. Kelly, I see that you're back. Anything you'd like to add?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been this excited. I'll be totally honest and I'll say I actually did not believe that this level of results was possible in something at this price point. My background is in ultra high ticket. As you all know, my whole company was built on selling $30,000 to $80,000 offers direct to market. And I was highly, highly resistant to doing something like this because I wanted to make sure that we could continue to help people build 6 to 8 figure companies and get the kind of results that we have been getting. And when we took this live and started seeing the results that people were getting, my mind is completely blown. I did not even think that this was possible. But now is the moment for this. It's what business owners need. You need that transformation. You need that tactical direction. You need the templates, the things that are just going to give you the quick and dirty of simple things you can execute on immediately to get real results. And we're just so excited about the results that people are seeing, which I know Danielle talked about a lot of those today, at this price point, which again, I mean, I didn't even believe was possible. I'm completely mind blown. But we're going all in on this. You're going to see us go all in on this, for the foreseeable future, because we're seeing that this is the future. And this is the thing that can literally change the game and put businesses like yours on the map and scale without going into debt, without a huge infrastructure, without spending tons of time or tons of money on product, services, and programs that you don't need, without spending tons of money on ads. It is the simplicity of the real world education that allows people to get the real time results. So yeah, congrats to all of our existing virtual business school members, because you just got some brand new kick-ass bonuses that are going to help you elevate even more quickly. So we love, one of the things that's really special about what we do is whenever we release new bonuses, our pay in full members get all of them. And that's part of the gift that keeps giving, because we want to keep rewarding you and keep saying thank you and keep encouraging you to stay up to date on how you can put yourself as a leader in your industry and market. So congrats to all of you on the new bonuses being released. If you know that you're joining us, comment joining in the chat. So if you know you're joining us today, comment joining in the chat so we can celebrate with you. We're so excited to help you to take action right away. And, whether you're the kind of person that absolutely loves to dive in full force and you want to be live with us every Wednesday at 1 p.m., great. Or if you're the kind of person that wants to just get in there and start using the templates and just start generating sales from the templates, and that's what you have time for right now, great. This is choose your own adventure. And the vision for the virtual business school is to give you, like Danielle said, that toolkit, that toolbox that you can literally pull out exactly what you need, when you need it, how you need it, give it to your team, work together as a company, whether it's you as a solopreneur or whether you're joining this for your sales and marketing team. You're going to see an instant up level. You're going to see that there's opportunity to make ROI right away. And one of the things that we didn't even really get to talk about today is the fact that everything in the virtual business school is designed to take your sales system from 1D to 5D. You're not just focused on new customers. You are focused on mining the gold that sits in your business every single day. Referrals, renewals, upsells, reactivations, yes, new customers, but you will be blown away when you see the strategies that we give you to mine the gold that you've already created the opportunity. You just need to magnetize it and monetize it. And that's what you're going to do inside the virtual business school. So every month you have the co-working, you have the Q&A, you have the marketing masterclass, and you have the business growth module. We're hitting all 4 angles to make sure that you are getting a comprehensive strategy every single month where you can pick and choose what you need when you need it to drive your business forward. There are always new templates being released. There's always new tools being released. And we're consistently updating you on exactly what you need to know to master the market, to capitalize on the opportunity, and to become a leading force in your industry. So if you have any questions at all about the virtual business school, reach out to us. We're all active in the Facebook group. I hope you're all there because it's such a great opportunity to see what our members are posting, how they're interacting. It's like it's an opportunity before you even join to see the insane results that people are sharing that they're getting every single day. And this is it's we're giving you something that is no risk, that gives you an opportunity to update your strategy, up level your business, and make an ROI right away with no contractual obligation. And that was a huge premise coming into building the virtual business school because I wanted to do the exact opposite of everything in the online industry. I want this to be the most prestigious business education organization in the world because I want you to get superior results without debt, superior results without hours and hours on Zoom, superior results without constantly having to buy into or follow or learn new fads and trends online. And that is exactly what we're doing. And the proof is in the pudding. And you could go through the Facebook group and scroll and scroll and scroll and just see result after result after result. And we're talking tens of thousands of dollars. We're not talking about $100 here and $100 there. We're talking about tens of thousands of dollars. Okay. So we're making this a no-brainer for you. Definitely the pay in full for $639 is your best value because you're getting all the bonuses, you're getting all the support. And most importantly, when you become an annual member, you get all the new bonuses that get released the entire year that you're an annual member. So it's like the gift that just keeps on giving and keeps on giving and keeps on giving. But if you're here today and you're skeptical and you're like, I'm not sure. I don't know if this is for me. I don't know if this will work for my business. Try it out. Try it out. And if you don't see a huge ROI in your first month and you're not mind blown, cancel. People don't. You won't. But you have the opportunity to. We're not going to hold you to it. So we're looking forward to working with you inside the virtual business school. We're having so much fun celebrating. We had another client launch her trust building offer this week. She already brought in 100 new sales in her trust building offer. We want you to be the next virtual business school star. We want you to be the next person that we get to feature and highlight on one of these masterclasses. So get started today. We can't wait to see you inside. We are continuing to charge forward. This is the new era of online business. We are leading at the forefront. We want to bring you with us. Let's have fun. Let's make money and let's build simple, elegant, profitable businesses together. Thank you all so much for joining us today. I hope you feel crystal clear leaving us. It's the Miracle Hour Dream 1000 and Trust Building offer. This is the way of the future. We're excited to lead you there. Thanks for spending time with us, and we'll see you back here soon. Bye.